Hi, I'm Vyacheslav Horpynchuk. I am the Bishop of the Ukrainian Lutheran Church. Ukraine is a country in the Eastern and Central Europe, and you probably know about Ukraine very much today because Ukraine has some wars with Russia. But Ukraine has also long history of Lutheranism. Lutheranism is nothing new in Ukraine because already in the 16th century there were two students from Ukraine, Martin Krovitsky and Stefan Orechovsky, who lived in Wittenberg. One was a friend of Dr. Luther and stayed in his big house, and one was a friend of Philip Melanchthon, and he also stayed in his house. So there was a Lutheran church in Ukraine long time ago, already in the times of Reformation. But we had Counter-Reformation, we had different wars, and those congregations shrinked, and there were individual believers, but not really an organized church body. However, there were German congregations located in Ukraine too, and they did exist, they did preach the gospel, and there was always German presence with Lutheran presence in Ukraine. Already in the 20th century, in the beginning of the century, there was what we call Ukrainian Reformation taking place in the Western Ukraine under the leadership of a German missionary Theodor Zokler and a Ukrainian pastor named Theodor Yarchuk, who reformed the Eastern Orthodox liturgy and made their own version of the Lutheran liturgy, but of the Eastern Rite. And since 1925, we have Ukrainian Lutheran Church present in Ukraine. But in 1944, this church was totally exterminated by Russians when they came and occupied our part of Ukraine. However, in 1991, when the Soviet Union collapsed and there was freedom to preach the gospel, missionaries began coming from the West, in particular from the United States of America, and thanks to the activities of pastors from the Evangelical Lutheran Synod, Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod, Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, the Ukrainian Lutheran Church was formed and organized, and also Deutsche Evangelische Lutherische Kirche inter Ukraine was established, and also the Synod of Evangelical Lutheran Churches of Ukraine was established. So by today, by God's grace, we have three Lutheran church bodies in Ukraine: Ukraine Lutheran Church, German Evangelical Lutheran Church in Ukraine, and the Synod of Evangelical Lutheran Churches of Ukraine. All these churches believe that the Bible is the inerrant Word of God. All these churches believe that the church should be confessional and should be faithful to the Word of God and to the Lutheran confessions. All these churches are Lutheran by nature, and all these churches recognize the American brothers and sisters as their friends, as those who also want to be a part of their fellowships, and they also enjoy and they're coming to Ukraine. Please come to us, please be with us, please stay with us, be our friends, be our brothers and our sisters. Let's be confessional Lutherans, to the glory of God.